On this server, I am considered to be the strongest solo player. With one of the only 2 maces on the server and countless kills under my belt, I am known to be someone not to mess with. Recently, however, I've been in conflict with the most powerful alliance on the server, the Paragon. The Paragon has been devoted to trying to stop my progress to becoming stronger. From almost killing my teammate to take the second mace, to having an all-out war with us since the very start of the server, they've done everything they can to try and remove me from power. But even so, I've managed to avoid each of their attempts to defeat me, whether through violence, strategy, or just avoiding conflict altogether. And through it all, I've always had one teammate by my side, somebody who, if all else fails, I can fall back on. Mello. And today, that didn't seem any different. Until...
Yo, so when you come out here, I need to test the story. And, well, I just need to make sure it's like actually. Is that good? Is that good? Hey, whoa. I do promise. Whoa. Where is the hostility coming from, Luchacho? I need to put some stuff in my hotbar anyway.
This was not good. Mello is one of the best PvPers on our server, being renowned for his performance in outnumbered fights and having 17 hearts, since on our server, when you kill somebody you gain a heart, and if you die you lose one. I was only at 12 hearts, putting me at a massive disadvantage, but if I died here, I'd be down to 11, not to mention I'd lose the mace. All I could do was try to level the playing field by using my mace as much as possible.
There's been some adjustments to the person I'm relying on, and it's definitely not easy. And it's not to kill you, to send a message from my new friend. That's a friend. Yeah, I just keep on the man. I'm sorry to say. I promise, I'm sorry. If I think you promise, it will make you feel better. Hey, whoa. Alright. You can hear behind you, bro. That's my job. I wasn't too hot, I won't lie. You're genuinely a bad person. See, this is why I'm leaving, bro. You're not only Hey. We can talk later. Hey, we can talk later. We can literally just talk later. We can literally talk. We can talk later.
I managed to survive, but Mello had escaped down a tunnel he'd prepared beforehand. However, I was still on call with him, so I decided to ask some questions.
We will make sure that you are...
Who is we? Okay. No, seriously, what was that? Why are you trying to kill me?
I think you know what I mean by we.
No, I don't.
You've been too strong. Yeah, honestly, there have been points where, you've jokingly, critted me out, and I have almost lost all my hearts. It is a ridiculous amount of strength for one dude, and I've seen how this goes in SMPs. You need to be kept in your limits, bro. I'm sorry, you need to be kept in your limits.
So, we're enemies, basically.
I wouldn't say complete rivals, but I will say I'm fighting for the right side, and you're fighting for the wrong.
Bro. Okay, so now I gotta deal with you and the Paragon. That's phenomenal.
You're more like you're gonna have to deal with the Paragon, including me, because I'm in the Paragon.
This encounter posed more questions than it answered. Although it definitely answered one, Mello had joined the Paragon. That was why he tried to kill me. This was possibly the worst case scenario for me. Their leader, Max, had the only other mace on the server, making him a serious threat on his own. They also had numerous allies, making an army I'd previously only fought with Mello, but now had to face alone. However, I did know of one way to take them down for good. The main reason they were such a threat was Max's mace. If I could take that away from him, then the rest would be manageable on my own. But Max never logs on without his team, If I wanted a shot to take him out, I'd need to prepare for the hardest fight of my life. The only advantage I can get over the Paragon in a team fight is equipment. If I have more resources, I can outlast them and win the fight. However, this is much easier said than done. There are many things I'd need to collect, but the difficult ones are enchanted golden apples, jump boost potions, wind charges, and cobwebs. Normally, some of these items would be trivial, but I was fresh out after the fight with Mello. I decided that to start, I'd focus on wind charges, seeing as I'd need a massive amount of those, roughly 3 stacks of breeze rods. This wouldn't be a problem normally, but trial chambers are extremely hard to come by. The only one that I knew the location of happened to be directly attached to one of the Paragon's bases. This was incredibly risky since I hadn't even a stack of webs, but I didn't have any other options.
Yep.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Wait,
here?
wait, how many breeze rods do you have right now?
Enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
first. Yeah, run. That was close. I got the breeze rods I needed, but not without some elbow grease. This just showed that the Paragon was actively hunting me down, and that I needed to come prepared for fights like these every time I left my base. The next resource I needed to collect was enchanted golden apples, so I decided not to take any risks and just farm them from the same trial chamber after the Paragon had logged off, hoping they wouldn't return for a while. I ended up getting all that I needed in one go, around 50, now never needing to return to this trial chamber again. Next on my list were potions of jump boost for my mace combat. If you use jump boost 2 and attack your enemy with your mace the moment you touch the ground, you can get a mace attack to occur without any setup and with minimal time to react. This would be extremely useful for the fights ahead of me, but I hadn't brewed any recently, so I would need to do that. Luckily, there wasn't a whole lot of grinding to be done, since I already had plenty of rabbit's feet to make the potions, and farms for things like netherwort and glowstone. Alright, nothing to do but get to it. It's gonna take a while. While I'm brewing about a month's supply of jump boost potions, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. It only takes a second and it helps me out a ton, and you can always unsubscribe later. Thanks. Now back to the video. Lastly, I needed cobwebs. Webs are one of the most powerful tools to have, both with mace and without, holding your opponent in place so you can land a free mace hit with most quick setups. The problem is, you can't craft them or farm them. The only way to obtain cobwebs is to find them in structures, and by far the easiest way to do that is to find a mine shaft. So, I strip mined for quite a while until I found one. It took long enough to find this thing. I should have them. Some weird generation. Ideally, find one of those rooms with a bunch of webs. Jackpot. I'll just take that out right now. Oh, I have that now. 80 levels. What the heck is that? Okay. Oh. it, Mellow. Again. While that may have been another close call, I've now managed to collect everything I need. So, after returning home and finishing off my combat inventory, I sent a message to their team. Or rather, I sent a message to Max. At Max Destruct, I challenge you to a fight. You choose the location and bring anyone you like. The wager is the mace. If I lose, you get mine, and if you lose, I get yours. This fight will take place tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. EST. The details will be worked out then. And he agreed. This was it. The Paragon had been hunting me down for months, and now it'd all be settled, whether they realized or not. I learned just before the fight that Max was extremely confident in their victory and decided to only invite one teammate. I would be fighting a 2v1. Me versus Max and Mellow.
Bye.